Plaintiff Dominica Wright has known the defendant for 15 years, and she claims the defendant is an alcoholic who threatened her with a hammer in front of her young children. Dominica says she loaned her car to the defendant, and when she returned it 3 days later, it was damaged, so she's suing. Defendant Olivia Smith says Dominica and her witness are nothing but promiscuous drunks. Olivia claims when she refuses to watch Dominica's children, Dominica will open Olivia's house windows, shove her kids in the house, and run off to go party. She's countersuing for rent, and because she believes Dominica slashed her tires.
Start with you.
Okay, well, I've been on Olivia for 15 years. She became like family, but family don't treat you the way she have treated me. She threatened me with a hammer in front of my 7-year-old and 2-year-old.
When was that?
April of 2016, when she kicked me out of her house. I was living with her.
Because you came to my house with 5 girls.
Yeah, I was living with her. And
why did she do that?
Because
she
owed me money for my car, and I was telling people that, you know, she owed me money, she not trying to pay me. And I tried to go over there, I kept calling Olivia to go get my clothes and my kids' clothes, and she was ignoring my call, threatening me, writing messages. I have a lot of evidence here, threatening me, talking about what she's gonna do after we leave from the show and everything. Like, she's very violent, she's an alcoholic.
After you leave here?
Yes, after we leave here.
Show me that.
Your Honor.
That's all I want to see right now.
Her and her witness, Nika, is alcoholics. Now, I do admit, I do smoke. I'm a smoker. They're a drinker. They leave with guys.
You smoke crack?
No, I smoke marijuana, Your Honor.
You never know what she smoked, Your Honor.
I smoke marijuana, Your Honor. That's it, and cigarettes.
Now, you taking me on TV. I'm gonna hold back till it's over with, but I didn't forget you came to my crib. Something soon as we done with
Came
this.
with 5 girls, Your
Game
Honor.
time, like I said. All right, well, we're gonna make a copy of this before you leave, and we're gonna consider that a threat. And so if anything happens to you, we have clear and convincing evidence.
Okay, what about her coming to my door with 5 females?
Your Honor, that's just a lie.
Showing that?
She delusional.
No, Your Honor, I do not.
All right, what else you want to tell me before we get into the specifics?
I've been knowing Dominique, like she said, 15 years. That is true. I was on and off with her oldest brother. Me and Dominique, we was cool. She came to come stay with me in July 2015.
That's a lie. It was December of 2015.
It was July when I was going through a lot.
Good enough. Now what?
Yes. She came to come stay with me. Before she stayed with me, they, her and her witness, Nika, they get drunk. They meet guys on POF. They is thoughts, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Any guy that get them high, drunk,
Your
they
Honor,
going. They going. You ain't. They don't even get no money.
Let her finish.
They don't even get no money. They just do it for weed and alcohol and Newports. That's it. That's all. Like, she used to bring her kids to my house before she moved in and put them. She'd knock on my door. I'd be like, "No, Dominique, I ain't watching your kids because you're gonna be missing for a week." She go to my kids' window, lift up the window, put her kids in there. I go to the window. Them two yelling out the window.
Just put her kids through your window.
She got a high floor apartment.
She putting her kids through my kids' window. I go on the porch, calling them, calling them out their name and stuff. Excuse my French, Your Honor. They, ha, we on our way to Honeycomb Hideout. Honeycomb Hideout.
What's that?
I don't know. They won't tell nobody. They just call it Honeycomb Hideout.
Your Honor, she's delusional. She's making up all
So ain't no
stuff.
Honeycomb Hideout.
Your Honor, how can I put my kids on the 2nd floor apartment? She stay on the 2nd floor.
It's the basement and it's the house. It's a basement and it's right here. She ain't got to do nothing but go to the window and lift it up.
She's lying.
So what do you want to tell me about the car?
Okay, well, April 2016, I let her use my car because she don't have a car. And she told me that it was going to go take care of business and errands and stuff. Knowing that she's an alcoholic, I'm like, okay, during the time, it was like early morning. I'm like, okay, well, I don't got to go to work. So yeah, you can go use my car. Her and her friend, Isha, which is my sister, went out, and you can run a background check on my sister Isha. She's an alcoholic as well as she. They best friends. I let them use my car, and they told me they was gonna be back. They finna go do business or whatnot, whatever. I called, keep calling, no answer. The next day, they didn't contact me or nothing. The next day, I'm calling about my car, constantly sending messages, where you guys at? The next day, Isha called me like, "Oh, sister, we got drunk last night. We didn't want to come drop off your car."
A day later?
The day later. I'm like, I gotta go to work.
Well,
it
2
was
days.
2 days later.
2 days later.
It was 2 days later. No, the next day.
Oh,
so
baby,
it was 2
that
days.
ain't alcohol. That's crack.
Yeah, crack, yeah.
That's crack.
2 days later.
You don't disappear for 2 days. That's
No,
a
'cause
binge.
right.
No, Your
Drinking
Honor.
don't do that to you.
No,
I know when you said it, I know what you meant.
She told me
No,
they,
Your Honor.
Smoking crack.
she told me they was drinking.
You don't disappear for 2 days on alcohol.
She told me
How
they
many
was,
alcoholics we got in here? Y'all don't disappear for 2 days. You get drunk, you go to sleep, you get up, and you go home, or you go to work, or you go, see, he's shaking his head, he knows. He knows.
Okay.
That's crack, baby.
Yes, it's more than
Thank
just
you.
alcohol.
I don't do crack.
So my sister called me and said that we didn't want to, drive your car due to we was drinking. I'm like, okay, that was smart, but can y'all bring my car? I'm late for work. I'm even calling their phone back. They turned their power off on me. I'm like, okay, I see what type of game they was playing. It's the weekend. They gonna want to use the car because they ain't got no car and they always stuck in the house with her 6 kids. So boom. It's late. Hours go past. I call my best friend. I'm like, can you please come over here? I got her 6 kids and mine too. I'm watching 8
You have
kids.
6 kids?
Her no, Olivia.
I have 6 kids.
She has 6 kids.
At what age?
I'm 30.
Okay.
Now that's the true thought.
I do not have them many baby daddies, Your Honor.
But
How many?
I only have 2.
no, she don't. She has 6.
I don't have
her kids
6.
is different dads.
No, they don't.
I've been knowing Olivia for 15 years. She became like family, but family don't treat you the way she have treated me. She threatened me with a hammer in front of my 7-year-old and 2-year-old.
Plaintiff Dominica Wright was friends with the defendant, but she claims the defendant threatened her with a hammer in front of her young children.
Go ahead.
But anyways, so the third day they come. I didn't even know she was there. I was in the bathroom and her
Monday.
baby was like, Mommy. That's what made her go to the window and was like, oh, Dominica, you gonna wanna see this? So I ran to the window.
But I'll fix
and
her
my
car,
I got
Your Honor.
pictures of my car, Your Honor.
Let's see that.
And look, and you on this picture, she stole somebody else's headlight up out. You can see
I
two
attempt
different-
to fix it.
Look, on somebody else's car. And it's Dutch tape all around the
You
the
stole
headlight.
someone else's headlight?
Yeah, I risked my freedom at the middle of the night popping off something. That's why it took us 2 days to get back. We was popping off somebody's headlight and putting it on there. I attempt to fix her light. It works.
And I have the estimate of the vehicle, and I also have a
I
promissory
fixed the
note.
car. It worked. Both of her lights come on.
No, it don't. It don't
Both of the
work.
lights come on. Even in the rain, the duct tape don't come off. So
The light, one light was.
it's good to go. I mean, it's
my
fixable.
whole-
If you look at the pictures, it is good to go.
It's just
At least
for
I
show and
attempt to
tell.
fix her
That
car. Most
headlight do
people
not
wouldn't even
work.
try to fix her car.
And I have pictures. That headlight do not work. I have an estimate.
So if it worked, it would have been all right?
No, it would never been all right. Do you see the 2 different headlights?
Let's
It's
see your
mixed match.
estimate. You're just trying to go to jail. You're
No, I
threatening
was trying
her.
to fix her car.
You threatened her, now you're admitting to stealing other folks' lights? So this person who has a light missing, they gonna charge you now. They get you out of here before they come get you in here. You might not leave here other than in handcuffs.
But, Your Honor, I feel like she's suing me over some petty stuff, and I don't watch her.
I want to know
Over
about those
no
2 days,
petty
first of
stuff.
all. Quiet. I want to
No,
know
2
while
days,
you were
okay.
gone, what kind of alcohol put you out for 2 days?
She talking about I'm an alky. I really don't drink.
Tell
I've
me
never been
about
a
2
smoker.
days.
But the Friday, I did hit something or something hit me. Her bumper was gone, everything.
She hit me.
So that next morning, me and Isha, we plotted on how we finna get a headlight. We can't drive back with no headlight. So we waited till that night, and Isha on lookout, and I got the crowbar, and I popped somebody's headlight off. It took us like 3 hours
Pitiful.
to pop the light off. Like, it took a long time, and then I had to snatch the cords and loose and all that, but I put it back on there. That's what the 2 days came up, because I was trying to figure out how I'm finna fix her car. Most people would have left her car, Your Honor. I attempt to fix her car.
You
That's
would
a
never
good
left
thing.
because I was in your house.
What's your
saying they would've
defense,
brought it
ma'am?
back
She's giving me an
bogus.
estimate for $3,199. What's your defense to not fixing her car properly or at all?
Because she lived with me for rent-free. When she got put out, I let her come stay with me. I give up one of my kids' room for her and her kids.
When was this?
This was July.
Was there an agreement on rent?
Nope.
No, sir, it was not. Because I figure we friends.
But I have
if you
agreement
got
on my
put out,
card.
But I have something saying I would have gave you rent money if that's all you wanted.
She never
so
told me
that's
I had
agreeing
to pay rent, Your Honor.
No, that's
she never
not.
told me.
Because I was looking out for you as you being a friend,
Let me
Dominica.
see what you have.
That's
Maybe
why.
I can interpret it. Let's see if I can interpret it in a way that will
I was looking
allow
out for
you.
her. No, I didn't ask her for rent money.
Quiet. I would have gave you rent if that's all you wanted.
She never said
What did you
nothing.
mean by this?
She never told me I had.
What did you mean by it?
If she would have asked for it, she never asked for it, Your Honor.
And that's
I was the only person that was working.
and that's a reasonable interpretation of this. Do you want to give her any money or credit for rent?
How? When she threw away, I'm not suing her for the lost wages I didn't lost. That's being petty. Or the clothes, and we got me and my
This being
kids
petty.
left-
Quiet.
Me and my kids left with the shoes on
She
our
put
feet.
you out?
Yeah, she put me out and threw away all of our clothes.
See, if you hadn't put her out, ma'am, she may have given you some credit for it.
And I tried to go over there. I kept calling Olivia to go get my clothes and my kids' clothes. And she was ignoring my call, threatening me, talking about what she's gonna do after we leave from the show and everything. Like, she's very violent.
Plaintiff Dominica Wright was friends with the defendant, but she claims the defendant threatened her with a hammer in front of her young children.
How does she owe you for car damages?
Well, I don't know if she did it to my car, but I have.
What car? She said you
her
don't have a
witness.
car.
I have a 2002 Grand Am.
Let's
I
see.
bought when I put
What
her
did she
out.
do?
That's it.
When I
I'm
put
gonna
her
throw
out.
you all out of here as quick as you came in if you don't be quiet.
This is her witness saying, "Why did you block me? I didn't have nothing to do with that. With what she did."
This is her
This
saying
is her
it. You want to
saying that.
speak or not?
Want me to stand up?
Yes.
That's up to you. If you want to
Okay.
speak, you might
I
get her
sent
in more
her-
trouble. But state
I
your
sent
name.
her a message on Facebook and asked her why did she block me. It had nothing to do with me. First of all, I
Who
called her.
did it have to
I
do
have
with?
nothing to do with
These
Quiet.
These two. I was just there. I witnessed.
Oh, it
that-
had something to do with those two.
These two right here.
All right,
she
so
damaged her car.
I told you not to let her speak. What she is saying essentially is that the tire slicing
She don't
had
have
to
a
do
car.
with
No,
y'all
no,
two.
she don't have a car, Your Honor.
I bought it.
If she had a car, why would she borrow my
No,
car?
I'm telling you, she blocked me from
If she
when I
had a
put
car,
you out.
Your
I
Honor,
purchased-
why
she
would
don't
she
have
borrow
no
my
car.
car?
The 2002
something.
Grand Prix is her
$392 for damage to your car. $3,199 is your judgment. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Why did she block me? Because the situation was between y'all. She don't got no car. That's your cousin car. What car
Just
does she
know
have
y'all
besides
gotta
any
come
tires?
back home.
You live in an
Y'all gotta
apartment.
come back
I'm a
down
baby.
and run up at my crib with a lot of again and see what the going on.
Plaintiff Yolanda Hollowman says she dated the defendant and they lived together. Yolanda claims a few months after she got a tattoo at the defendant's request, she found out another woman had the same tattoo. And when she confronted the defendant, he beat her. Yolanda got a 5-year restraining order against the defendant, and she's suing for property, a stolen check, and emotional distress. Defendant Chris Radford admits that he and Yolanda dated, but insists they were not exclusive and she was never his girlfriend. Chris also claims he and Yolanda never lived together, and on the day of the alleged assault, he wasn't even there. Chris denies owing Yolanda for anything.
Ma'am, you're suing your former boyfriend for $4,400 for unreturned property, a stolen check, and emotional distress.
First of
Yes.
all, I was never her boyfriend.
All right, good enough. All right,
I don't hold them type of titles.
all right. No, don't interrupt me now. Anybody ever told you you look like Rick James?
Yeah.
They have? Yeah, you do. Go ahead, ma'am. Let me
Okay.
start with you.
All right, thank you. August 2014, Mr. Radford met me at Amtrak in Fresno, California. He approached me. And from there, we had started dating. When I came back to Fresno around September, October, I moved in with Mr. Radford in October in his one-bedroom apartment. He took me around, showed me all his kids, friends, family, and everything. We moved into our two-bedroom condo March the 1st of 2015.
All right. In your opinion, you were
We was a
born
couple.
together.
Yeah, we
All
was a
right.
couple. We lived there. We stayed in the same bed, everything. I cleaned up for everything. We was
And
a
what
couple.
was the
We in a
relationship like?
In the beginning, the relationship was good. It was so good that he asked me, would I go get tatted? So yeah, I went and got a tattoo, but before I got the tattoo, I asked him, was there any woman in Fresno with the same exact tattoo? He told me no. So I went and got the tattoo. Now, November the 19th of 2015, this is where everything gets bad. I'm in a store and there's a young lady behind me and she's admiring my braids, asking me how nice they was, who did them. I told her I did. From the back, I'm talking to her. Once I get my change, I turn around and guess what I see? The same tattoo on this woman that I got on me. And so when I went home and I asked him about it.
You didn't compliment her, you didn't say, hey.
No, I didn't.
You should have done, yeah, you should have said, hey, girl. That's a nice
I was just
tattoo.
shocked. I was like,
I have the same one.
no. And you know what? That day I had mine covered. Usually when I go to the store, it's not covered. That day it was covered.
All right. Your opinion, you were
We was a
born
couple.
together.
Yeah, we
All
was a
right.
couple. We lived there. We stayed in the same bed, everything. I cleaned up for everything. We was
And
a
what
couple.
was the
We in a
relationship like?
In the beginning, the relationship was good.
Plaintiff Yolanda Hollowman dated the defendant, and she claims she filed a 5-year restraining order against him after he beat her.
Let me hear from you, sir, and then I'll get back to the details.
Well, I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to tell about her lies. First of all, I didn't go nothing like that. Now, I'm not...
Where do you know her from?
What? I met her at the Amtrak.
All right.
But we never lived together.
Okay.
Never. I don't live with nobody. I had too many girlfriends.
All right. So, did you ever date?
Huh?
Did you ever date?
Yeah, we dated and stuff like that, yeah.
From what time?
She was going through some issues because she said she didn't know who her daddy was.
Let's try and answer the question I asked, and that is, what months and year did you date, if you can recall?
I wouldn't even recall the date. I mean, we were just...
You don't know the time frame in which you dated?
No.
Do you know when you started dating?
It was like October. I
All
picked
right.
my son up from the Amtrak.
Do you know if you stopped in 2015?
Yeah, we stopped.
All right, and that's what she said as well.
Yeah.
So you do know, in fact.
We didn't date. We
All
didn't live
right,
together.
sir, Rick James stopped getting high before he passed.
All right.
He stopped. He stopped. Now, you can move on to any other background. You were saying something about her father or something, and I suggest you be careful.
No,
So-
this is the problem that she said she was going through.
I know.
The
Tell
reasons
me what you want me to
why
know
we
about
stopped
that.
dating.
Why?
Okay. She called me on the phone and tell me about the incident, but she see the girl with the tattoo. I come home, she's sitting in the back of an ambulance, told the police.
Okay, you don't want to give me any background. That's what I was asking, and now I'm going to allow her to give me the details of why you're suing him. So after you saw the tattoo on the woman, you came back home, and then what did you do?
When I found out that lady had that tattoo, I explained to him, you might not care about your health, but I love my health, and you're not going to give me something that I can't get rid of. And so I sit at the table, drunk my beer, put my earphones in, and had the tablet. And before I know it, Mr. Radford came out the bedroom with a belt and hit me with the belt. He kept beating me with the belt. Took my house keys, choked me, and pushed me out the house and locked me out. And I have pictures.
You called the police?
I had called the police, and in that area where we stay at, it took them a long time to come because they had other things that they was going on in that city that we live in. And I have pictures of the type of belt that he used. And I still have scars on me.
Why the police didn't arrest me then? Now, if that's true.
When the police came, what a coincidence. The police, him and his daughter came up at the same time. So I didn't know what to do, and due to prior incidents that I have been in, I got scared. And all I wanted to do was just go to a safe place. I didn't want to go to the hospital because if I went to the hospital, it was going to cause a family issue. And I love my family too much to have them to do something.
Go to jail.
To go to jail behind this. So I said I would do it a different type of way. So I reached out and did all the proper steps I was supposed to take. But the detective I was working with in the polices that came out was saying a lot of women that's in this domestic violence case don't never follow through, and they waste a lot of taxpayers' money. And so I told them I was not one of them women, and I was going to do everything that I needed to do from A to Z until justice was served. Regardless, you can't beat a woman like that.
Did they write out a report?
They gave me this green paper. The first time they didn't write a report. The second time I called them, they did a report. So they gave me.
There was a second incident?
No, what it was, I had to call back to get my belongings. I was trying to get my belongings because there was no restraining orders, no nothing in the process. But since Fresno County kept giving me the runaround, I went to a place that helped, you know, women's and stuff like that. And the center helped me do the restraining order. So we went to the court for the restraining order, and once again, he's so cocky, Your Honor, the judge granted me a 5-year restraining order against him. Here go the restraining order.
You see it? Tell me about your items, your property.
He sent me a text on the 21st telling me to come and get, you know, about the check. I responded telling him it was too early in the morning to be texting me, text your other little whatnot, okay? So, because the bruises were still forming on me. So I called him and told him in the text that I was going to be having a police officer come back and we was going to do a standby. So I guess it's somebody that's in the neighborhood watching because we went one way around. By the time me and the police walked up to the apartment complex, him and another female was getting in the car about to leave.
So the police did escort you, and at this point, you never got your things.
Plaintiff Yolanda Hollowman dated the defendant, and she claims she filed a 5-year restraining order against him after he beat her.
Sir, you want to tell me about the incident?
First of all, she never had no things.
Let's talk about the incident where she alleges you attacked and choked and
No,
whooped
I
her.
never attacked her. Never.
Okay.
When she was sitting in the ambulance looking crazy, I walked up, me and my daughter, the police was coming downstairs and they asked me, who's Chris? I said, I am. So they said, well, she said you whooped her the belt. I just drove up. So I told the police I didn't want nothing else to do with her.
Okay.
I never touched her. I just drove up. But anyway, the police escorted her and me up to my house. She so-called had property. So she go back into my room and she come out with a Bible.
Let's go back to the restraining order. Did she get a restraining order against you?
Yeah, well,
You do know about that?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
I know you do because I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I do. I know
and
about
if I
it.
had her police report, you would probably know then about this assault she's alleging. So why do you think she alleged something that didn't happen?
Well, you got to ask her.
No, I'm asking you.
I don't
you
know.
know?
I don't know why.
All right, still to this day, you don't know
Still
why
to
she
this
would
day.
do. All right, and about the property, you have any information on the property?
No.
All right, then do you?
Yes. Right after he got served.
Do you have any evidence that he took your property?
Oh, yeah, I
ma'am?
have copies. This is some of the stuff that was left there.
All right, any communications? You said there was some
yeah,
text
some
that went
text is
back
here.
and forth. This is about you going to college? Good.
Yeah,
And you have your associates? Mm-hmm. All right. What you have?
I have, what I have?
Education-wise.
I have a degree in hotel motel apartment management.
Okay, and you work in that area?
I managed apartment for 2 years.
Okay.
I'm disabled
What
right
do you do now?
I don't do nothing
Okay. Why is that?
because I'm disabled.
What's wrong with you?
I got a bad back and a bad knee.
So do I. I still work. Are you going to come cash this check and come get your stuff? You choked me and hit me with a belt. I could have pressed the issue, but I didn't. If you put any form of my belongings in the trash, the courts will make you pay it back. Do you remember receiving these texts?
Oh,
You don't remember anything about these texts?
no.
All right. Yeah. You come across as Rick James when he was on crack. That's how you come across.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to grant your judgment for $4,400. You provided evidence. So, judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
just don't ever want to see her no more, ever in life. That's my last word.
Even though it took us to come all the way to Chicago to get it, justice was served.
Plaintiff Greg Veilen says he adopted the defendant when he was 8 years old, after his father was killed, and Greg raised him like his own son. Greg claims recently the defendant and his wife, who is with the defendant in court, have become extremely disrespectful, and Greg's suing his son today for personal property. Defendant Daniel Ward says Greg never treated him like his own son, and when he was 16, Greg cheated on his mother. Daniel claims Greg not only puts their children in danger by smoking around them, but he also brought a vicious dog around them, and the dog bit his daughter. Daniel insists the property Greg is suing for was given to him as a gift.
Start with you.
Your Honor, this is kind of heartfelt for me because it involves family and my grandkids. And,
my kids.
My son, I adopted him when he was 8 years old because his dad got killed in a drunk driving accident.
Don't get to talk about my dad.
Be quiet, sir. Let him speak. Go ahead.
His dad was killed in a drunk driving accident. And I've raised him as my own. I've loved him and treated him with respect and done a lot of things for my son. But lately, him and his wife have been very, very disrespectful to me.
So when did things change between the two of you?
I believe when he got married, and his wife is a very disrespectful woman. She disrespects her own mother, her stepfather, his mother.
In what way? Give me some examples.
They call, like his mother says she's twice the bee she is, you know. And she calls me derogatory names and insults my intelligence. And
Why?
Why?
Yes. You all said something. Did you all express some dislike for her? I know
I
our
have
mother
never,
and father-in-law
you know, I've treated her as
sometimes don't
family.
like.
I've treated her as family too.
Defendant Daniel Ward says the plaintiff adopted him when he was 8 years old, but he claims the plaintiff was never a good father, and he cheated on Daniel's mother when Daniel was 16 years old.
You give me some background, sir, and then maybe
Well,
you can tell me
he
why.
did adopt me, but he never treated me like his son. He would always refer to me as my mother's son.
That's
he would
not true.
never call me his son
That's not
or
true.
our son, referring to him and my mother. In fact, I remember when I was 8 years old during the adoption proceedings when he had a lawyer affirm to him that he would still receive my father's survivor's benefits or he wouldn't have adopted me if the
That
checks
is not
would have
true,
stopped.
Your Honor. That is not true. That came in his
Going
mother's
on,
name.
him and my mother always had a rocky relationship. When I was 16, he cheated on my mother. They ended up divorcing in 2011.
Not true.
When
After 21 years.
my mother, the only one working, had to come home and do all the house chores while he sat at home smoking cigarettes, watching TV all day. In 2011,
He didn't work?
No, he's on disability. Then in 2011, my wife and I were planning our wedding while they were going through their divorce. He's always treated my wife with disrespect, calling her derogatory.
Where do you
That is
think
not
that
true.
comes from?
He's never treated any woman with respect, Your Honor, that I've ever seen. And unlike him putting himself before his wife, I've always put my wife first, and I don't think he understands how that's supposed to happen, Your Honor. I do
He
have...
says that your wife talks to your mother disrespectfully. Is that true or not?
They have had disagreements. They have gotten past them. My mother has had some language towards my wife, and my wife has, sure, yes, people have disagreements. We've managed to get past them.
Okay.
I do have a statement here from my mother, Your Honor, that would attest to his statements about me being my mother's son and so on.
Hearsay from
Let
her.
me see it, please. Are you all still friendly? Your former wife?
My former wife has never spoke to me afterwards.
Well, then of course she's gonna write the worst thing she can.
We got divorced. We got divorced, Your Honor, because she became abusive to my mother that was living
Dear
with me,
Judge
and I had to call the
Mathis,
police on
I
her.
was married to Greg for 22 years. The only thing that ever mattered to him or himself is money and his material things.
That's all untrue. That
One was when my son was involved in a fatal accident. He showed no concern over the health of what was supposed to be our son. He proved then that many things are more important to him. I mean, what do you expect, though, sir?
His selfish behavior continued to when I had children, demanding money just to spend time with what he would call his grandchildren when we asked him to babysit. Left us stranded on the side of the road one day when I ran out of gas because he had to get his hair cut.
Untrue.
Another day when he was scheduled to babysit, he was late and I called him why he wasn't there. He said he's out fishing with a buddy. Then a neighbor, while he was babysitting, told me he was smoking in our house, so he was no longer allowed to babysit at our house.
I've never smoked in your house.
I found the cigarette butt. Then
Because I put it out.
my wife caught him smoking in his house with our children in the house when she came to pick them up, and I do have evidence to that.
She took a picture of it?
If you want to lie some more, go ahead.
I have emails here of how your wife talked to me on Facebook Messenger.
That's in his house. My wife just picked them up.
These are emails the way she talks to me, how she talks about
You
his
do have
mother.
that cigarette in your hand. If that's you, they don't have a face on there. I don't know if that's him or not. Is that you?
Is that you in your house?
I can't see it.
Without a face? You don't know either whether that's him.
Oh, this is my house, but that doesn't
His
prove
house.
anything about grandkids being there. I don't smoke when my grandkids
That's my
are
wife took
at my
that
house.
picture when she picked that up.
I
And
love my
also-
grandkids very much, and I can show
Also,
you
Your Honor, he
pictures.
continued to put my children in danger with a vicious dog he owns that bit my daughter and left a scar on her
A
chin.
Chihuahua.
A dog bite is a dog bite, Your Honor.
Your Honor.
And because of his continued smoking around my children, my daughter now has asthma, has to have a breathing treatment twice a day.
Your mother doesn't smoke around your kids?
No, she doesn't.
Okay. This is what your wife has said about him, though, sir. And to him, you are a lazy old that cares for nobody.
Yep.
You can't win a battle with me. I am twice the bee Sean is, and I will put you in your place.
Those are words of passion that came out after so much years of disrespect from him to my wife. She finally let go after he decided he would send me an article trying to say that tap water is more dangerous than cigarette smoke.
Defendant Daniel Ward says the plaintiff adopted him when he was 8 years old, but he claims the plaintiff was never a good father. And he cheated on Daniel's mother when Daniel was 16 years old.
Come on up, sir. State your name.
My name's Eric Kern.
What does she call you?
She hasn't called me anything that I
okay.
know of, but I've been a friend of the family's for 15 years, and they used to have a lot of good times. Greg raised him very well, and I was friends with his mom, Sean. I was equal friends with Greg. When they got divorced, I saw which person treated the other the best, but Greg has never done anything detrimental
What
to
do you
this
think
family.
caused the deterioration of the relationship?
I believe a lot of it is his wife.
That's your observation. Ma'am, you want to say
Actually,
anything?
she would like you to
I have
look.
something I want to show you.
State your name.
Tammy Ward.
What do you want me to see?
Go ahead and hand it to the.
This
What is it? Oh,
a
the breathing
picture
machine?
of my 4-year-old daughter.
Sorry to hear that.
That is the breathing machine she's on. She has to do twice a day. The machine was not cheap, nor is the medicine.
Sorry to hear that. You want
child-
to tell me anything about these relationship issues we're discussing before we get to this personal property? They say you're a really tough lady to deal with, to put it nicely.
When it comes to endangering my children, I am a tough lady to deal
Yeah,
with.
but it didn't have anything to do with the children, some of this stuff.
It's everything to do with the children.
is.
Your Honor.
This
Can I show you a
here is what started
babysitting agreement that they wanted me to sign?
No, we can get to the property.
Okay.
What are you suing for, sir?
I'm suing for personal property I stored at his place. That's where I downsized. I sold my house and downsized, and he agreed to store it for me there.
How long ago?
Back in May of 2015.
Okay. How long were you to leave it there?
As long as until I could get a bigger shed or clean the shed out that I had.
Did you get one yet?
I've got my shed cleaned out, and I went to get the stuff, but they wouldn't allow me on the property, so I had to bring a sheriff over there with me. And they refused to give the stuff back, but he did give me a scroll saw that's my dad's, because some of the stuff there is my father's stuff. And some of the property I already had home, and they borrowed it and never returned it, which was my pressure washer and a table that they had.
Okay.
And in an email here, you can even see where they asked to borrow my shop vac on the 3rd of February, 2016. That's this one here showing I've got the X by it.
All right, let me ask him first, sir.
What
What do you want to tell me about this property he's suing for? He says that you allowed him to store it and now you won't give it back.
It was given to me. All of it.
It was a gift?
All of it is a gift, yes.
All right. And what items were given to you?
All of it. I mean, I probably have more than the stuff he's asking for.
Okay, what items are you asking for specifically?
I have a list here.
I'll take this.
Okay.
All right, so you received
part
a
of it,
pressure washer as a gift?
Yes, sir.
Shop vac as a gift?
Yes, sir.
64-gallon trash can. You won't even want to use
Actually,
you want to
you'll
keep
read-
the trash. You'll give him that back, huh?
You'll read in my mother's statement that she actually
And a
claims to have
gas
given that
heater,
to me.
198. And you say you have something that indicates differently, sir?
Yeah, here they're asking on the 3rd of February if they can borrow my shop vac. And then when they got mad at me on the 10th of February, they told me, don't come on my property or we'll call the cops. I said, fine, I'll bring them when I come get my stuff. And Tammy says, good, thank you. Dan says 30 days and you owe him for storage.
Well, at least they were nice in this first one. You said they're always nasty to you, sir.
They are.
It's not true. This says, hey, can we use your shop vac, please? It's a nice day, and I'm having the kids clean the inside of my car.
It's not.
They were very
always,
nice.
But anytime I disagree with them, they get very nasty, very derogative.
And then they come to court and lie.
And then
Then they come to court and lie. Sir, your wife says they want to borrow it. Then she says, Dan says 30 days and you owe him money for storage.
Okay.
Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Rod. Well, it's too bad our grandkids are involved.
You only care about yourself.
No.
You can go be by yourself.
No,
Greg.
Daniel,
You can go be by yourself.
only
That's
you
all
that
you care about.
You guys are so self-centered.
They're not your grandkids.
Pathetic.
Hey, you get what you
We're
care
not
about.
your
Money.
family. You could
That's
be
what
on
you care
your
about, Greg.
I
They're
don't
not
care.
your
I'm on
grandkids. You never treated me
disability.
like a
How
kid.
do I care about money?
your grandkids. Thank you very much.
You guys tell me to take my grandkids' presents back. How's that?
They're not your
treating
grandkids.
kids?
They're not your grandkids. You don't
They
get to
are
talk
my
about them no
grandkids.
more.
You were
don't-
adopted.
You're not my dad.
Okay,
I took
that's
the
fine.
name Ward back because that's my name.
Fine.
That's my dad.
That's because
Go
you're
die alone because
disrespectful,
that's who you care about.
Disrespectful, ungrateful.